Welcome to my channel. I'm Joseph Washington and I'm an oil painter. And in today's video, I'll be talking about something a lot of us go through, and that's the feeling of being lost in life and how to deal with it. And while I'm discussing this topic, I'll be setting up, photographing, and painting my most recent still life. And if you happen to enjoy the video, please consider subscribing to the channel. Do you ever feel like you're drifting? Like no matter how hard you try, nothing seems to line up? Do you ever wonder if you've missed your chance, like maybe you're too far behind to catch up? There's been a few times in my life when I felt like this, and if you're feeling like this right now, or if you're feeling lost, this message is for you. Because feeling lost doesn't mean that you failed, it just means that you're still searching. And searching is where change begins. When I talk about being lost, it's easy to picture something dramatic, like, hitting rock bottom or something. But most of the time, it doesn't look like that. It's more subtle. It's just going through your days and realizing that they all blur together. But for me, being lost looks like this: waking up, heading to work, coming home, and repeating it all over again. On the outside, I'm functioning. People see me working and doing my art and making money and doing grown-up things. But inside, I feel empty sometimes, Like every day, I come home to an empty apartment with no one to talk to about my day. But after I begin painting, that feeling of being lost and lonely momentarily disappears. That's the tricky part about feeling lost. You can still look like you're holding it together. You can still smile. You can keep showing up. But deep down, you're asking yourself, is this really all there is? Back in my early 20s, I worked 2 jobs. I was a manager for a popular fast food restaurant in my city, running a crew of mostly teenagers, and for most of them, it was their first job, and to be honest, not many of them took the job seriously. For example, when someone called out or showed up late, I was the one stepping in because I had to. And on top of that, I had all the paperwork and all the administrative work that came with being the manager. I was even robbed twice during my late night shift. And after all that, I still had to come back to work the next day. At the same time, I was also working as a teller at a local bank, so I was bouncing between both jobs, just trying to keep things moving. And I was also newly married at the time. So between the long hours at work and trying to figure out marriage, I had no space left for myself. And the one thing I enjoyed doing so much was painting. It completely disappeared from my life. I had to step away from it for a little while because I had too much going on. That's when resentment started building. My marriage suffered. I even regretted getting married so young because I wasn't ready. I wasn't mature enough. That entire life left me feeling completely lost. Looking back now, that part of my life taught me something I didn't realize at the time. I thought being lost meant I was failing. But really, it was life forcing me to pay attention. It was life shaking me awake. Being stretched between 2 jobs and a marriage I wasn't mentally or emotionally ready for, that was life showing me what happens when I don't make space for myself and when I don't know who I am. It showed me how important it is to protect the time and energy I need to create. And it also taught me this. Being lost doesn't mean you've ruined your life. It just means that you're in a transition period, you know? Like, you're not broken. You're in the middle of a process. After I'm done arranging and shooting my reference, I take the reference and load it into my computer. The very first thing I do once I'm done with that is I turn my monitor's brightness down so that the image will be more true to life. If I leave it bright, if I leave the monitor bright, the image would be off substantially in terms of the brightness. And I don't want that. I want it to be as natural or true to life as possible. So what I'm getting ready to do now is transfer these mixes of color onto this palette box. This palette box comes with a top. And what some artists tend to do is, in order to keep their colors wet or open, some artists actually take something similar to this and they will keep it in a very cold atmosphere such as a refrigerator, and that will keep the colors from drying out. However, in my case, what I like to do is I'd like to take clove oil, just a drop, onto this sponge here. And I'm going to keep this sponge in this palette box with the cover over this. And what it does is, again, it keeps the colors wet in case I need to go back to a mix to touch up what I've been working on. So that's what I'm getting ready to do now. Hey, I just want to take a second to mention that if you've been watching my videos for a while and you haven't subscribed yet, I'd really appreciate it if you did. Subscribing helps this channel to grow so that more people can discover my art and the stories behind it. Now, every time someone new subscribes, YouTube is more likely to share these videos with others who may connect with the message or the artwork. So if you're enjoying the video, or if you like the painting featured in the video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's free, and it really does make a huge difference in helping me share my art with more people who may need to hear this kind of message. And thank you. So I just completed the background. Actually, this is my second time painting this particular fabric. Each time I painted it, or the first time I painted it, it was pretty tough. And I found it also to be tough this time. But it was fun, but a little complicated at the same time. So I'm going to be working now on the wine bottle here. One of the hardest parts about feeling lost is that it looks like everyone else is ahead of you. Like everyone has their dream job or their perfect family, their goals all lined up. And then there's you, still trying to figure out your next move. But listen to this. Nobody's ahead, right? Nobody's behind. We're all on our own paths, moving at different speeds in life. You might think you're late, but you're not. You're right on time. God ordered your footsteps for only you to walk in. So what do you actually do when you're lost? Well, you start small. You take care of your body, and you try to eat right, and you rest, and you move your body a little bit, and then you choose one small action for the day. Like you reach out to someone you trust. You write down an idea you've been putting off. You take a walk and you clear your head. And then you repeat it the next day. The goal isn't to make a giant leap. That's not the goal. The goal is to keep moving, because small steps always add up to something bigger. Here's something I didn't understand until years later. Being lost isn't a curse. It's an invitation. It's an invitation to start running on autopilot and start paying attention. It's life's way of saying something needs to change. And if you think about it, some of the most powerful turning points in life start with being lost. You stop, you look around, you question things, and that questioning is what leads you somewhere new. So if you're lost right now, just remember, you haven't failed, you're not behind, and you're just in the middle of making it happen, whatever that is for you. Being lost doesn't mean you've lost yourself. It means you're uncovering who you are. And you don't need to know what the whole plan is today. You just need to know what the next step is. By the way, prints from the painting featured in this video will be offered soon. I'm giving my email subscribers first access plus a nice discount when they're released. So if you want access, just hit the link in the description box below to become an email subscriber. It's free to join.